Hey, what's up, everybody? Mav here, and just like last week, we have Fuzzy joining us as well. Thank you for hanging out again, Fuzzy,
Thank you for
and
having me.
thank you everybody in the chat for hanging out as well. Appreciate you all. This is Tidbits, the show on fun speculation where we go over the games coming out this week, kind of look over those and just give our thoughts and talk about whatever we want. Also, if there's any relevant news to speak of, we will also speak on that. It's usually a shorter show, but it's just a lot of fun, and it actually helps me figure out what's going on this week. So this is a busy week, Buzz.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of games coming out this week.
It is crazy, actually. I had no idea until I looked at this list. But yeah, and there's some surprising things going on with some of these games right now as well that we'll get into. But again, the chat, thank you so much, Peter, Jay, let's see, I see Masshole, Blackcard, 3-bit. You all rock, guys. So let's go ahead and dive in to this week's game releases according to Game Informer. So I'm going to bring that up. All right, guys. So we have, let me try and see if okay, here we go. We got a list here. Okay. Now, the first one on the list comes out tomorrow. It's called Away, the Survival Series. And Fuzzy, I'm just going to be honest with you. I have no clue what this game is.
I just remember some trailers a while ago where it was like a Mother Nature type of game where you're, a creature, whether it be a flying squirrel or like a beetle or something, and you're trying to survive. You're either eating other creatures or trying not to get eaten. So it looks like it'd be a pretty decent learning and nature type game with some fun involved.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring up the screen for this one. I went to the website here, and it actually I'm having a little bit of a memory now. This is actually a Sony game. It says it's published by Sony, which is interesting. Okay, so like it says publisher Sony Computer Entertainment. Developer Breaking Walls, but it's releasing day one on Steam. That's interesting.
Yeah,
And it says also to
Epic.
be announced. This is confusing me. So what, like Sony Computer? Maybe is that not the publisher, or is it? It's what Game Informer says.
Yeah, no, I think that's accurate and everything. It's just normally they would put it on Epic, so them putting it on Steam that'll definitely help out a lot because any PC players, most of them will have like a Steam account over an Epic account.
Yeah.
Although Epic is good to have for the freebies on occasion, but yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, I could have sworn I remember seeing like highlights of this game many E3s ago where it was like, oh yeah, you're a flying squirrel and you're trying not to get eaten by a hawk type of thing. But yeah, it's interesting. It's day one on Steam.
Well, let's see this trailer real quick. Away.
This is the story of a young sugar glider.
I mean, looks cool. It's gorgeous. Well, the animals aren't. Those are kind of nasty.
The wild has only just begun. This is a story of adventure. A story of discovery. A story of survival.
It's a nature documentary. So, okay.
This is the story of the life that remains.
I get the concept of this. It's like, what if
this is your
you could
story.
play one of those like National
Welcome
Geographic like documentaries?
Definitely a cool concept.
Yeah, it's different. right?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little intrigued here. All right, so yeah, there we go. That's it, and that's Away.
Yeah. Pretty interesting for a Sony title. It just they don't normally come across as the ones that would do like documentary style games and things,
Yeah,
but pretty cool being a flying squirrel, or I think they call it like a sugar. I forget what it's called, but it's essentially it's kind of like a flying squirrel or almost like a wingless bat type of thing. But
yeah.
man, pretty cool.
It's publisher Sony Computer Entertainment. It's still surprising to me. I mean, it says it's coming out for Xbox Series X as well, but later. So that's interesting. Okay, Away. All right, next. Chernobyl Light. This is releasing on PS4 and Xbox One. Comes out tomorrow. This looks like another one of those survival slash slightly horror-ish post nuclear disaster Chernobyl games, right?
Yeah, kind of
like
gives
Stalker.
Me like Stalker meets like Fallout kind of mix with some survival aspects to it.
Yeah. And I think it's got some hype on it right now, you know. It's one of the smaller games, I think. I mean, now when I say smaller, it's probably a big game, but like what I mean is like budget wise and stuff. I don't know if this is like a smaller dev team, I believe, that made this.
Yeah.
It's selling
more
for
of
$30.
Like your traditional indie. Yeah. Oh, and so for 30, that's a pretty decent bargain, especially for those that like that mix of like horror and like post nuclear fallout type of deal.
Yeah.
That should be a pretty nice combo.
Yeah, $30 is a fair price. It has a cool look to it. There's lots of interesting games releasing, you know. It looks like Stalker, but not like, you know, not the Stalker 2 that we're getting with the big budget and like just crazy insane graphics and stuff. But this looks like it could be cool. It looks like there's some strategy elements here as well.
Yeah, I think there's certain ways like you can plan on how you investigate or, you know,
right,
traverse different areas and, you know, what supplies or things you'll recover from those areas. But yeah, it's this will definitely be a nice little stopgap game. I say stopgap not as a slight to it in any way, but for those that are really anxious for Stalker, this will be a nice game to play to kind of hold you over if you've already
whet
finished
your
Metro.
appetite a little bit.
Yeah,
it says
exactly.
Survival horror RPG experience. I mean, it's definitely, it's got, I'm getting Fallout vibes from this too, a little bit, because they just had the base building thing.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Cool. That's it. I'm going to skip past that one, go back to the list because we got a lot of games to get through.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is, Ghost Runner. I'm going to skip through that one. Hey, that already released on Xbox One and PS4. Really cool game. Actually, I have it because I got it when it was really cheap on sale. It's actually a lot of fun. So it's getting a PS5 and a Series X version. I don't know if that comes as a free update. I'm hoping it does.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Ray tracing for free.
So that would be interesting to find out. Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Because I ain't buying it again. You know, it's good, but it's not that good. All right. So yeah, babe, Hot Wheels did come out, and I have some. When we get to that, we're gonna take some time to think about it because look at all these freaking games. Oh my gosh. Hot Wheels is on this list. Another one is In Sound Mind.
Mhm.
And I honestly, I saw this in the Xbox store when I was like just scrolling through, but I have no idea. But the graphic art is pretty awesome because you got like this like cassette, and you can tell it's like this is zombie music thing or something.
Yeah, it's like I think there's like stories on each cassette that you find, and it leads into the mind of I can't remember if you're like the investigator or the psychiatrist for this individual, but it brings you deeper into their lore and stuff like that. And then there's the horror element because I think anything in darkness tries to reach out and attack you type of deal. So
Right.
it's for I wouldn't say necessarily jump scares, but for a horror game, you know, this would be a nice fill for the upcoming week.
Cool. Let's see. I'm just gonna click on this button to see how much it is. $40. So it's not like a small little indie. It seems like it's like a pretty decent sized game, I would imagine, for $40.
Yeah.
Okay. In Sound Mind. So I'm not gonna play a trailer on every single one of these guys just because, like I said, there's a lot to get through.
Mhm.
So Shizno says that the next gen patch for Ghost Runner is supposed to be a free update. So that's good news.
Awesome.
Yes. All right. Next up is Kiwi. Now, I remember we already talked about this game before, I believe, at one point. But this is a game that is it's like birds,
Mhm.
right? And okay, so I'm going to share this screen here. Kiwi the game. This is interesting. Okay. This is like you're a bird that is delivering mail, I think. Where's the trailer? I know there's a trailer on here somewhere.
It's a good family friendly type game, kind of.
Yeah. Trailers. Here we go. Yeah, this game looks ridiculous, but in a good way. I have not played that masshole. Observer Redux.
Yeah, that one looks interesting because it has that cyberpunk kind of like vibe to it, and I know they did a remaster of it. I think if you're like into investigator type shows or games in general, it's probably worth a shot. I would say definitely pick it up on sale. The pre-remastered one was on Game Pass a while ago. It may make a return on Game Pass just in case if you wanted to try it out.
Oh, right on. Yeah, this looks cool. It's a little fun little like it looks like party game style puzzle solving stuff. Okay, I'm moving past that one. Awesome. Kiwi. All right, next.
It's like Overcooked with birds and mail.
That's what it looks like. Exactly. Overcooked with birds and mail. All right, Limnus Gate. Now, this is one that I know a lot of people are actually looking forward to. So I'm going to bring up Limnus Gate. And we're going to see this game because I know, like, my buddy Bob, you know him as Game Pass Dad on Twitch. He keeps talking about Limnus Gate. And I don't know why. So we're about to find out why, I think.
Yeah.
Watch trailer. Okay, I'm not allow cookies. Oh, jeez. Okay, whatever. I gotta allow your cookies. At Limnus Gate, you were explaining a little bit to me, and it seems pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like a time loop strategy arena kind of game. And I think that's the big hook, is that it's almost like you make a move, then your opponent makes a counter move, and then you can make a counter move, and
Right.
you can kind of like time jump, I think, and that's the hook. That should be pretty interesting.
It's got like a Mass Effect-y vibe to it with the art
Yeah.
style.
Mm-hmm.
Deploy your operatives. You know, after playing Halo Infinite, though, it's like hard for me to look at any multiplayer game and think it looks good.
The Halo flight was definitely a nice treat this weekend, and we got next weekend as well.
Yep. It looks. I mean, this looks pretty solid. I could imagine PC players, especially, having a lot of fun with this thing. Lemnis Gate. Okay. Yeah, that's Lemnis Gate. All right, I'm gonna go see what's next on the list. Neo: The World Ends with You. Platform PC. Yeah, didn't this already released? Yeah, this had released back in July on PS4 and Switch.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting its PC release now, so I'm not going to really spend any time on it. But I will say that it got an 8 on PS4 and Switch,
Nice.
and this is a looks like a typical JRPG to me. Whatever that means, right? But it kind of got like an Atlas-y vibe to it.
Yeah. We can't really go wrong with Square Enix unless it's the Avengers. But,
when they try and make a Western RPG, that's when they fail. Like the JRPGs, they got down.
Yeah.
Yeah. World Ends With You. I mean, it looks pretty cool. Neo. And it got an 8 from Game Informer, and it's coming on PC.
Nice.
So if you have been waiting, if you don't got a PS4 or a Switch and you want that JRPG craze, okay, go for it. Next one. Now this one I know that we were just talking about as well, because Amazon finally has a game, a big game. From remember they all that big investment from Amazon Game Studios, Amazon to form a Game Studios with Amazon Games. They've been working on New World, their MMO, for forever now.
Yeah.
And you know, it looks pretty cool to me. I've seen quite a few things on this in the past. It's just I honestly forgot about it.
Well, it was frying 3090s for a short period of time until they patched it.
Wow.
It's hard to say if they were the cause or if it was just like an idle screen issue type of thing. But they made a patch and it hasn't occurred since. At least I don't think it has, and I'm too afraid to risk my 3080 trying to play it right now. But I guess you don't be a guinea pig. You want to wait, and see. Is this a MMO you have to pay monthly for? I don't know if there's a monthly thing. I'm pretty sure they'll have some, updated or monthly charges for probably cosmetics or seasonal things.
Right.
But yeah, it's going to be at least their first, try at doing an MMO, and it looks pretty cool. Having the corrupted areas that you have to investigate and things like that. But Amazon, their first, I think
big game.
Their first game was that almost like that racing game that didn't do so well, and then they had the one that they kind of put back into beta, which was like more of the arena style setup. But this one, they definitely put a lot more effort into trying to make sure this one's right.
I mean, it looks really cool. It's almost got like this Fable / Elder Scrolls hybrid vibe to it or something, because it looks a little bit more fantastical, kind of like Fable, but it has also a more serious tone than Fable as well. So I don't know much about it. Like, I haven't researched it very very much, but whenever I hear MMO, it kind of turns me off because it just sounds like a time sink, right? And I don't I want to play lots of things. I don't want to play one thing. And a lot of these games, you start getting invested in that's what you play, right?
Oh yeah, The
So,
daily grind.
yeah, and if you don't do it, then you're not, you're not getting it done, right? So this is on PC, um, and that is tomorrow as well. This is a big. I would say that's probably a big deal for Amazon
Yeah.
Games, right? This is probably like their big test to
Yeah.
see.
This is going to be their franchise to kind of be the face of their gaming space moving forward.
New World. All right, next, Steel Assault, coming out for Switch and PC. You know anything about this one? It looks like a Japanese style action game, if I was to make a guess.
Yeah. Now, some of these games are kind of new to me altogether, and this is one of them. And I think it's only because, unfortunately, I don't have a Nintendo Switch, but it wasn't on my radar for PC. But it has a nice art style to it, as far as
it's like a retro 2D style platformer type shooter. It says punch, whip, and zipline your way through post-apocalyptic America in this retro-style action platform. Play as Taro Takahashi, a resistance soldier on a revenge mission against the dictator who lords over the ashes. So again, that's on PC and Switch. Hey, this actually, like, I'm looking for stuff to play on the Switch. It almost has that like Bionic Commando look to it a little bit, like slash Mega Man. Kind of. So yeah, I'll check it out. Thank you for the follow, Lady Wren. All right, so next, another one. This is the one you were alluding to last week, Fuzzy.
Yeah.
And we didn't get to it, right? We were talking about it before we went live here. You are excited about this game. You see on the screen right now. Game Informer already reviewed it themselves. They gave it a 7.75. Which is not a bad score, right? That's a pretty decent score for a game that not a lot of people have heard of, right?
Yeah.
So, Insurgency Sandstorm. I'm gonna play a trailer for this one if I can find one, and then what are you excited about this game?
Well, the biggest thing I'm excited about is this is going to be an extension on like tactical shooters, like Rainbow Six Siege. A lot of people have enjoyed. But it's more of like close quarters, couple rooms type of combat, which is great. But if you want something that's going to be a little bit larger map size, where you can roam around, take checkpoints and things like that, or like, I think the big thing for me is that you can do 8-player co-op. So you can have an 8-man squad against the AI, where you're kind of going from house to house, clearing rooms, destroying any ordnance, and then moving on to the next checkpoint or to the next rally point. Or you could do like the 10v10, team versus team type of setup, or you can do like various different objective setups and things like that. But just having more of a, I guess you could say, like a real-time shooter, first person. I mean, there's a ton of first-person shooters out there, and we got Call of Duty and Battlefront coming out not too far from now. This one's going to be not your typical jump and shoot or rush the objective and try to get as many kill streaks as you can. I mean, you can try and do that as well, but being that it's tactical, especially if it's like night ops and you don't have like night vision or something like that, or if somebody flashes a flashlight into your night vision, it'll definitely hit a little bit different. And I have a feeling this is going to catch fire with a lot of people that may want to move on from Rainbow or just tired of like the kind of the arcadiness of Call of Duty kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, I'm watching this now. I've never seen this game or this trailer. I don't know how I missed it, but dude, this is up my alley, man. Like, I like the like ultra realistic shooters. Like there was a few back on the 360 back in the day that I really enjoyed. And back then, Graw kind of was almost like that as well. Like Ghost
Yeah.
Recon was kind of
Mhm.
closer to that genre.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about it. But yeah, this looks pretty freaking awesome, dude.
Now
Um,
it's been on PC for about a year or so. They're finally bringing it to console, so a lot more people get to play it.
right.
The big thing that they're hinting at is that there will probably be um, mod support on console as well. And right now, there's I think the IMSC like collaboration that they have where there's a lot more of the modern weapons and all the attachments that the
Hmm.
coalition forces use and things like that. And then they'll have some maps that people may recognize from Tarkov maybe making an appearance, which
Right.
that's a awesome PC game that probably will never make its way to console, but this has so much potential. And I think if the servers are able to handle the load of people that may have some interest in this will definitely be a go-to, at least until maybe Battlefront or Halo drops, and then people will probably check those
Yeah.
out and stay with those. But this will be a nice like stopgap in between for most of us.
Have you played this on PC?
No, and I've been tempted to, especially after watching my sons play Escape from Tarkov. It's like they say this is kind of like, instead of being in Russia, this would be like the Middle East version. And I really want to try it on PC, but I suck at keyboard and mouse. I
Yeah.
mean, mouse, it's easier to get headshots and things like that. But yeah, I got to get my reaction times down pat for keyboard and mouse compared to, controller. I'm so used to that
Right.
with The Division and so many other different games.
Yeah. It kind of almost reminds me of an old school Rainbow game, you
Yeah.
know? Um, cool. It's up my alley. It got a review already from Game Informer 7.75, and we'll see how it does. We'll keep our eye on it. I don't know if I'm gonna get it right away just because there's so much to play, but I
Yeah.
definitely want to play it. Man, it's like I love this time of year, and I hate this time of year.
The
It's
backlog
just
struggle is real.
and it's not. I'm like a person that like has to play. Like I don't finish games hardly. I do. I mean, I finish the ones that really grab me,
Mhm.
but I want to experience new games and play new things. And like even if I don't finish it, and even if I know I'm not going to finish it, I just really want to. But it's expensive to buy all these games, right? Just to play
Yeah.
for a couple hours, and
Oh
so
yeah.
it's rough, man. Next up, though, Aeon Drive. Are you familiar with this one?
I haven't seen this one before, although I have a feeling I'm probably just forgetting the trailer from when it was originally released, type of thing. But
Yeah. It's an indie game. It was
Mhm.
actually like it looks like it was an indie Xbox showcase. Publisher's Critical Reflex. Developer is Too Awesome Studio. It's releasing on everything, and it is. Oh, I clicked on the link to purchase to see how much it was, and it
Mhm.
took me to Aeon Flux, the movie on GameStop.com. So don't trust Game Informer's links, everybody.
Mhm.
This is probably not what you were looking for, unless you're looking for the Charlize Theron movie Aeon Flux.
Mm.
Um, so I'm gonna go to a different link here and see
Yeah, I
some
remember
more
Aeon Flux
info
on
because they're
MTV
very
back in
light
the
on
day.
info on it. Aeon Drive. Oops, I accidentally typed Air on Drive.
Mhm.
You know, a game's not very like uh talked about or whatever when you can't, like, the Google search doesn't even like come up with any results. Okay. Aeon
Yeah.
Drive is an action platformer with speedrunner elements and cyberpunk environments. Sounds
Hmm.
pretty cool. Play this game solo or co-op, up to 4 players on all platforms.
Hmm.
Interesting. And art style again is kind of like semi retro-y,
Mhm.
very vibrant color scheme, 2D platformy type situation, like typical 2D action game.
Yeah. And those
Okay,
are
so
still
that's
pretty popular. So
yeah, they are. Next up, I know one that my friend Pong Soul is very excited for. Astria Ascending. So this is publisher Dear Villagers, developer Artisan Studios, platforms, everything pretty much again. And it's a typical like old school JRPG that is made by people that worked on Final Fantasy back in the day. So this one is pretty interesting to me. I'm
This
gonna go
is our
through
world,
this trailer
or
here.
canon. It is a world gifted with magnificent and generous nature, albeit sometimes harsh.
That's loud.
Besides ourselves, the Marios, our canon is home to the Pesca,
Very beautiful art style.
the
Yeah.
Zephs,
I think this one
The
may be coming to
Architects.
Game Pass. I could be wrong
and the
though.
Oasis.
I thought I remember something about that too, but I don't remember for sure.
Oh, we must not forget the Migmies. The Migmies bring our people together and carry around crates containing an essential ingredient for our society. This ingredient is called a harmelin. The harmony between our people depends on it.
I just like that we get more and more of these types of games on
And
Xbox
last but
now
not
than
least,
we used to.
let me tell you about us. We are the demigods. Our mission
Looks
is to
really
fight
cool.
and defeat the Noise.
Yeah.
Demigods.
Oh, here we go. There's some
Harmony.
combat. I'm skipping around, guys, because we don't have all day. All right. No, this looks pretty badass to me. If you like traditional JRPGs,
Demigods, ascend!
cool. All right, that comes out. Awesome. Astria Ascending, and it's got good reviews. It's getting like 8s. I've seen a lot of 8s and stuff. So
Nice.
that's good. That's a good sign. Next up, Darksiders 3 is getting a Switch release. But
Finally.
that's that's a long time coming for that, right? So yeah, Darksiders 3. I'm not gonna go into if it's. I think it was just on a Game Pass or Xbox Live Games with Gold or something recently.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a Games with Gold because now I have it in my backlog
Yeah.
of games.
It's a good game. It's a
Yeah.
good action game, right? eFootball 2022. Yeah, that's hitting. I'm not even going to talk about that game. I don't know anything about it. It's a football simulator type thing from Konami.
Mhm.
I don't even know enough about the way those kind of sports games work, because it's like more about management than it is actually about playing, I think.
Yeah,
If that's one of those.
yeah, I think you have
and-
to finagle sponsorship. If you're changing stadiums or arenas and managing your players and certain personalities. I mean, for those that are into all the numbers and strategy for soccer and things like that, I would say this is probably something for them to definitely fall into.
I think it's a very popular franchise. It's just one that's got its own very niche like category, right?
Yeah.
Or not franchise, genre. Like it's a very popular genre. Okay, so Hot Wheels. This is the one I've been waiting to talk about. Okay, because this game, it comes out this week. It's playable now. Like I think somebody said in the chat a little while ago. Yeah, Shizano said it's playable now if you get Top Edition. It had a 3-day early pass, and hey, it's getting like 9s and stuff. Like the Hot Wheels Racing, it's getting like 9s and stuff from like a lot of people. IGN gave it a 9. I've seen a couple of 10s. I'm not kidding. This is interesting, and it has a Batmobile and a turtle van.
I'm just surprised it's taken Hot Wheels this long to license out the game again, or license the making of a game after the success that they had with Forza Horizon 3 and that Hot Wheels DLC. I would have thought that this would have been like a shoe-in almost immediately. Like, all right, it needs its own game.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it took a while, but hey, things things that are worth their weight definitely take time, and I'm so glad to see that this is coming, to Xbox and PlayStation and PC. I mean, yes, it was great. What was Forza DLC? This being its own independent game and having a lot more car variety and things like that, as far as Hot Wheels collector cars and things. It's definitely well worth it.
Yeah. I mean, it has a fucking Snoopy car. You have the DeLorean,
Yeah.
Batmobile. I mean, I'm like getting excited right now just looking through this. Okay, so I'm gonna go to media and play a trailer here. It's not every day that a game like this comes out and gets like rave reviews from big publications. Like the games like this are just like made to be 6s and 7s usually, right? It's just kind of like the accepted, like, okay, it's gonna be okay, whatever. It's gonna be fun to play, mess around with. When like major websites and stuff like start giving games like this a 9, it catches your attention because it's not the norm, right?
Yeah.
It's like maybe a little better than that. So it has my attention right now, full attention, and I was already excited about it, but this, not like reviews matter, but I mean,
yeah, no, but it's definitely worth checking out. I would say, given a lot of us has probably played with Hot Wheels cars when we were growing up, this is pretty much the best way to not clutter the floor and hurt your feet walking at night or something like that, stepping on them on the floor type of deal. Just have them on the console or on your PC and just have at it and build tracks, do loop-the-loops. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Now, in a shocking twist, what if this ends up winning Racing Game of the Year instead of Forza Horizon 5?
Oh,
it's very based on
possible.
Based on the early feedback, this is not a crazy thing to say right now.
True.
Right?
True. No, it'll definitely have some competition. I'm leaning more towards Horizon 5 just because of the scope of the car lineup and the new landscape in Mexico. But like I said, there were so many people that loved the Hot Wheels DLC for Forza Horizon 3.
Mm-hmm.
That this is a perfect head-to-head, I guess you could say.
I just realized I'm sitting here on the stream playing Metallica because it was in their trailer. Hey, that's great. That's going to be good for this one. Metallica was on it. Rockin'. Okay. That's a copyright claim. No, Metallica, that's probably going to be a strike. Hey, guys. Hot Wheels Unleashed 30th. Heck yeah. It's insane. Hey, go check out some of the reviews out there right now. It looks like Game Informer hasn't released their review yet. I am definitely going to be getting this game, no doubt about it. And yeah, I think it does have multiplayer, babe. All right. Imposter Factory, PC, Freebird Games. To the Moon developer teases new murder thriller, Project Imposter Factory. So it's a murder thriller project. That's all the information Game Informer has for us. So that's all the information I have for you.
Yeah. When I saw the title originally, I was thinking, is it what's that other game that's supposed to be coming to Xbox and PlayStation here soon?
Yeah, this one is PC only, I guess. Adventure game. Yeah, it'll not get a lot of talk right now. Also, Rogue Lords coming to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. It's coming to PC first, and then later to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. So the PC version hits this week on the 30th, and it looks like it is a roguelike RPG game. So check that out. Again, hey, I'm not gonna go. We got more games to go through. Rogue Lords, check it out. The box art looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll click on this. Just it's kind of like it looks like a if I'm just to make an assumption based on this picture, it looks like a horror themed turn-based RPG.
Yeah.
Cool. On PC. All right.
Interesting.
Man, there's so many games. You know, we might have to change the format on this in the next couple weeks because this is going to get worse. What's up, Micah? How you doing? The Last Friend.
This one has an interesting look to it, especially for anybody that's a dog lover out there. This definitely has a interesting strategy beat 'em up kind of blend to it.
Okay. Again, the Game Informer links to purchase the game send you to weird stuff like Star Wars Funko Pops.
Wow.
When you click on the link to buy this game, it takes you to Star Wars Funko Pops on GameStop's website. So
Totally the wrong.
that's very wrong. What's up, Harley? What's up, Micah? Rick Payne? And Babe, yes, it does have multiplayer. The Last Friend. It's not a Funko Pop. That's all you need to know about that game.
No, I think you collect like lost dogs, or you're collecting different dogs to fight on your team, and it's
So
kind of like a
monster
turn-based
collector.
beat 'em up kind of thing. So it's pretty cool.
Switch and PC. Yeah, I wonder if that does it say if it's getting no, just Switch and PC. Another one I'll maybe possibly check out on the Switch.
Yeah.
Unsighted. PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC comes out on Friday. And Unsighted, you must save a city of robots from transforming into monsters in real time. This is easy. See, I like this. Easy to click on. Little quick trailer. Yeah, let's go. It looks like a little action shooter hack and slash game. Looks pretty cool.
I think this one might be coming to Game Pass as well. I know that there was another like 2D kind of retro style cyberpunk game that's coming to Game Pass here soon. So that one,
Right on.
definitely keep an eye out if you have a subscription.
I like the look of this. You know what this kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of like Hotline Miami, but with swords and spells and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks cool.
A deep arsenal of
Yeah, a lot of Yeah, this looks interesting. I'm interested. They got my attention. Unsighted. This is why we do this. Sometimes something catches your eye. This one's caught my eye.
Yeah.
Harley says Unsighted is coming to Game Pass in about a month. Right on.
Oh, in about a month. Okay. Awesome.
We've almost gotten through this massive list. FIFA 22.
More FIFA.
If you don't know what this game is, I'm sorry, but it's as us Americans say, it's a soccer game. Everywhere else, it's a football game, and it's the biggest one in the world, and it has a huge fan base. And Game Informer reviewed it; they gave it a 7. Okay, FIFA 22. Get it with a discount with Game Pass.
Oh yeah. Get the
will eventually be
early.
in Game Pass.
Yeah.
6 months or so. You meant at the end of this month, Harley? Yeah. So on Friday, with its release. So Unsighted is Game Pass. I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play it. Thank you for the info. Nice. Phoenix Point. We talked a little bit about this one ahead of time too, Fuzzy. And also, Pong Soul was telling me about this because this is a game that has been out on PC for a couple of years, and it is an XCOM-y type game, right? Not XCOM, not as in like ex-communist, like XCOM, like the game called Phoenix Point, and it's coming out to PS4 and Xbox One on the 1st. So it looks like it's good though, right? Like, is it a lot like XCOM? Is it pretty much a clone?
I think just the graphical style is going to be a good bit different, but you definitely have that turn-based style, plotting against the aliens or infiltrating the alien compounds and things like that. So definitely looks like it's going to be some fun, especially for
Right.
anyone that's into like the kind of like an RTS or like the turn-based, game setups.
Yep. Yeah, it definitely looks up my alley. Okay, here we go. Phoenix Point. Heck yeah. I love when these kind of games come to console. It needs to happen more,
Yeah.
right? Even if it happens after the fact, it's okay. Like it works, like XCOM is great on console. Gears Tactics is great on console.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be cool, man. It looks just like XCOM. And it says like it's his spiritual successor from the creator. It even has the same camera angle shift.
Yeah.
Right on. And another game that's kind of similar is Wasteland.
Yeah.
Wasteland is an RPG, but it's also got the same gameplay.
Yeah,
Phoenix
Wasteland
Point.
3, although against some of the robot enemies with the turrets,
Yeah.
that's a lot of fun as well, especially when you can just do different things, whether you put more into charisma to kind of talk your way out of stuff or just go guns blazing.
Mm-hmm.
Just you don't want to have too many negatives, like where you're shell shocked, at least a little explosion, it's sets you off hiding and stuff like that. But
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a big week. Big week for games.
Oh yeah.
And this is like the official holiday start, I think. Right? For games anyway. Because next week we get Far Cry.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's going to be the beginning of the end for a lot of people's backlogs as far as a lot of these games that they'll wind up picking up. But man, there's just so many like gems in that list. I can't wait. But man, oh man, it's going to get crazy between now and the end of the year.
Yeah. I'm just gonna read a couple of these scores. Now, not everybody loves Hot Wheels Unleashed. Okay, there's some websites out there that are giving it low scores, but okay, IGN gave it a 9. Xbox Addict gave it a 95. 6-Axis, which had been predominantly known as more of a PlayStation site, I believe, and sometimes some of those sites can be tougher on games. It seems like that aren't just PlayStation exclusives. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong on that, but 8 out of 10 even from them. I don't know who this is. GLG 8.6. Way Too Many Games 9. Xbox Hub 3.5, which would be like out of 5, which would be like a 7, right? Then you got Cultured Vultures. I don't know who they are, but they gave it a 5.5 out of 10. So that's a bad one. But hey, you got like 95s and 8s, and MP First gave it 8.5. These are from N4G. I'm just kind of hopping around seeing random scores, but like IGN gave it a 9. Right?
Yeah, I think if
like,
you're
gonna
into
catch people's
cars,
attention.
oh yeah, I think if you're into cars or in Hot Wheels, either way, this is definitely something to pick up and give a try. If you were a big fan of the Horizon 3 DLC when they had the Hot Wheels tracks and things, definitely worth giving this a go as well.
Right on, man. So also I wanted to, there's not any news, to be honest. Like there's really no news right now. I was scouring the internet. There is hints of stuff to come soon with news regarding Xbox or especially, but we haven't seen that happen yet. I think the main takeaway here is today is like these reviews for Hot Wheels racing is really surprising. There's also was a little bit of talk that I saw on a tweet from Clover I wanted to just mention real quick that Playground Games has hired 100 people this year.
Wow. I mean,
So
they're definitely growing to do these two titles between Fable and Horizon. I mean, they have the talent now. They just need the manpower, I guess, to kind of get these games going. But man, oh man, it's great to see that team grow like they have.
Yeah. No, for sure, man. Definitely, like just big time moves from Playground. And it goes to show like the investment that Xbox is making, and not just them, but every studio, right? We saw In Exile, they moved. One of the first things they did was move into new offices, right? New studio. But Ninja Theory has brand new tech. They opened up this big mocap studio. Then you got all this hiring and all these people. Then okay, like Perfect Dark, they want more help, so they will go out and make a deal with Crystal Dynamics, right? Like it's just the investment with all of these studios with Xbox right now is huge, and for 100 new employees for Playground between the two studios is pretty freaking impressive. So, yeah, I'm freaking excited and loving where it's all going with that, and I wanted to take a second because I had made a tweet earlier, Fuzzy, announcing something for the channel coming soon.
Nice.
And you're going to be a part of that.
Yes. Thank you.
So I'm excited. So yeah, for all of you watching right now, we have a new show coming on the 9th of October, and it's going to be a weekly podcast covering all of gaming, not just Xbox. You know, if you're familiar with the channel, you know we have two podcasts right now. We have Fun Pop, which is on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, which covers like Marvel, DC, Star Wars, all that fun stuff to talk about, right? Then we also have Xbox Ultimate Podcast, which is the Xbox podcast. That's my preferred place to play. It's what I talk about the most. That's on 9 p.m. Eastern on Fridays. But I always, when I started the channel, I wanted to have something that talked about everything, because I do play on everything. So we got something coming, and it's been something I wanted to do ever since starting the channel. But it just the timing was right. I had to make sure I had all the new consoles and stuff, and I was really invested and got the channel where I kind of wanted it to be before we went all in on this. And this is one of the backbones, and it's going to be one of the foundations of the channel going forward. And that's called FSP, Fun Speculation Podcast. And that's going to be Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And I will be joined by Fuzzy.
Yes.
And Key, if you're familiar with Gaming Key or Just Key, he's a streamer, has a YouTube channel. It's a great channel, super positive guy, ultra supportive of me when I started doing this, and it kind of looked at what he was doing and is kind of taught me a lot. So just by watching him, and then as well as Phasma, you've seen on our channel a couple times. So Phasma, Fuzzy, and Key. And Fuzzy, you're always bringing all this deep knowledge and stuff. And really looking at, interested in lots of different genres and everything. So you play on everything as well, pretty much. So it's awesome.
I love the panel that you've put together. Everybody plays, like we have our overlapping games that we play, as well as we tried like a lot of different things. And I even wound up, I think, installing Division 1 again when Phasma was saying she wanted to give that a go, because I haven't played it in a while, being on Division 2. And then with Key, I know he was able to do a stream for KhAOS not too long ago, and I think even the devs were in his stream.
Yeah, they were
so
watching.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and Phasma, she reviews games for Season Gaming.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen one of her reviews, too, really good. She's a very practical thinker. Doesn't get she's very understanding about the way games are made, and likes playing lots of different genres as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun because we all like to play such a wide variety of stuff, right? So I'm excited about it.
Definitely excited. Yeah.
There's no news though, man. Like I was looking, I was hunting for something, and all I can say is like there's awesome games. That's the news this week. Awesome games coming and getting higher scores. Getting a lot of high scores. Like this is not a downtime. We're getting a lot of games, but a lot of good games, right?
Yeah.
So great time to be a gamer.
Oh yeah, and it's just the beginning of the season, and I think we're gonna we're going to be echoing this for probably the next few weeks here with all these games that are in the queue coming out here soon. Man, can't wait.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. Well, hey Fuzzy, thank you for joining again for Tidbits. Please let people know where they can find you on Twitter or wherever you want them to find you.
Well, thank you for having me. It's always a blast doing this. You can find me on Twitter at fuzzy_Belvedere. You can also catch me later on Saturday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern. Well, actually, it's 9 p.m. Eastern until the time change, doing the Shop podcast with PTK Blam, Pong Soul, and Centurion, where we kind of just talk shop of what we've been playing for the past week or so, and some gaming news. But definitely looking forward to the Fun Speculation podcast earlier in that day. So double duty, but hey, I love gaming, and talking shop is or talking gaming in general is always a blast. So thanks for having me.
Heck yeah, man. And thank you to Harley with a $5 super chat. Thank Go Cowboys, crush the Eagles tonight, and congrats on the new show. Heck yeah. Let's go. Let's
I wonder,
get those
do they
Eagles.
know that I live not too far from Philly?
Don't bring that here, Fuzzy. Let's go, boys. It's time for a win tonight. And also, thank you for the thoughts on the new show. We're super excited for it. And that was it for Tidbits. So tidbits. Everybody get your tidbits. I don't know. Fuck. Hey, bye. Thank you. Have a good one, guys.
Later.